Hope springs eternal. Samariel fears what might come of Lord Amanoline's newfound ambition. If Lord Emaneline is going to demand a more dangerous duty, then I expect Lady Laniet will want you to accompany him. Aye, you might as well speak with her sooner rather than later. There's no use avoiding the inevitable. And at least in Kurthis, like, I felt like I was helping out in some way. I mean, mostly it was just people, like, doing construction and stuff like that. But here I just feel like I'm babysitting. I'll have you know I trained with some of the finest instructors in Ishgard. You and me, we could march right into a Vanu stronghold and give them all what for. Dude, you'd have a hard time keeping up. Oh dear, oh dear. And just when everything was going so well. Mr. Shark, Lord Emaneline has just informed me that mere sentry duty is beneath him. I understand we have you to thank for this epiphany. Well, there's nothing for it but to give him something more demanding then. Can I count on you to keep him safe? Yes. Excellent. We are in constant need of fresh water in Camp Cloudtop, as there are no underground sources we can tap with wells. However, there is a unique variety of crystal we have recently discovered which may enable us to obtain water through other means. These spring crystals can be found in Vorsian Siren, to the east of here. I would have you and Emaneline bring one back to us. You may have to contend with the feral beasts which populate the lakes, not to mention Vanu scouts ranging from their nearby settlement. Of course, that all pales in comparison to keeping the young lord entertained, but you have doubtless grown accustomed to that by now. Good luck and be safe. Oh. Yeah. Lady Laniet told you to tell me about my mission once again? If I didn't know any better, I'd swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? What will you say, a vital mission on the success of which the very survival of Camp Cloudtop rests? The procurement of potable water. Go and fetch a spring crystal from the floating lakes to the east, with me. I'll keep talking it up. Finally, it's about time she entrusted me with a mission of real import. Right then, let's go, let's go. Admittedly, like, it's annoying to, like, have to essentially babysit this dude, but it's kind of entertaining at the same time, so I'm not... I had heard the minstrels' tales of these lakes, but I never honestly believed that they were real. So this is the Vorsian Siren of legend, and nary a Vanu in sight. How disappointing. I could do with some sport. I know. Why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. Honoroy shall judge our entries on size, purity, and say, aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. I wish he would have at least stayed within sight. But yeah, that's kind of how I felt a lot. Like, you know, there are the fluff type quests where you're doing stuff like this, but I still generally get get some enjoyment out of it, because I think usually, you know, the quests or whatever are like kind of self-aware that this is like menial BS work, and they try to make it a little bit more entertaining. This water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties described by Lady Laniette. Uh, Perhaps you should inspect another. This water crystal does not appear to exhibit. Perhaps you should inspect. Perhaps I shall. Okay, let's find another. Is this one of those scenarios, like, no matter what, it's always going to be the last one you check? Although usually those are one, like a, you know, you've checked 1 out of 4. This crystal appears to be secreting a steady stream of water. Perhaps it is the spring crystal Lady Laniette seeks. Oh, and of course we're going to have to stop off to compare crystal sizes with Manalane. Ah, Mr. Shark, have you brought your entry for the contest? Spring crystal, a crystal so aspected to water that it feels wet to the touch. My understanding of such things is limited, but can this truly be used to draw moisture from air like water from a pump? Fascinating. A series of unfortunate events. Oh, now what? Honorai is more than a little concerned for Lord of Manalane's well-being. And this has something to do with Orchefant. Lord of Manalane has been gone for an awfully long time. Did you perchance see him while you were searching for your crystal? Even he must realize the dangers of wandering too far in such a place. Mayhap I am worrying about nothing, but I must ask that you assist me in looking for him, Mr. Shark. We shall find him more quickly if we split up. Pray search the southeastern area of Vorsi and Siren as swiftly as you are able, and rendezvous with me in the north. Farewell and good luck. And like nobody has an issue with his manservant, like going off on their own or whatever, but a Manalane, like, you have to babysit. I think I had said it last night, but like I remembered that, like, you know, the kid was always the capable one. You survey the surrounding area for a time, but see no sign of a Manalane. Mr. Shark, Lord of Manalane has been taken by the Vanu. They had my lord surrounded, a whole gang of them. Please, you must come quickly. Oh, solo instance. Let's do the thing. Always nighttime. The Vanu must have taken him to that village. Mayhap to present to their chieftain. I will make haste to the Rose House and let Lady Lania and tell Lady Lania what has happened. Yet by the time I return with aid, it may already be too late. Forgive me for asking, Mr. Shark, but should you spy an opportunity to sneak past the sentries and rescue Lord Manolane in my absence, I beg you to take it. I know he can be a trifle presumptuous and insensitive and, well, insufferable, but he doesn't deserve this. Hopefully the experience itself is just enough to teach him a lesson. $54 before I get plunged. Oh, that actually shouldn't be that far. I don't know what level these quests are, but I just really like my plunge. I don't think you get the second one until at least like 70 or something. Which is unfortunate, but... Okay. I was hoping I wouldn't have to... I don't think I have to kill everything, because there's another one somewhere, yeah, over there. But I guess I got close enough to this dude. Hold on 1 second, I got a phone call. Alright, sorry about that. I had an appointment scheduled for my dog. And when I scheduled the appointment, I don't know where my head was. And like by the time I hung up the phone after scheduling it, I only remembered that it was sometime in July. And now that it's, you know, a day before July, I was like, I need to call them and figure out exactly what date. Because I didn't call them back at the time because it's, you know, it's one of those places that like you call and you're inevitably going to be in on hold for at least like 10-15 minutes. And I was just like, I don't feel like calling back right now. And I was like, I've got until July. So thankfully it's still a few weeks off, so I didn't cut it too close. And I was also worried because by the Fury, you're not going to eat me, are you? That's not what you do to prisoners, is it? Lavenza, I'm over here. Netherlings come to free prisoners, spread word like thunder, and cast them into Cloud Sea. But yeah, I had just recently also scheduled a vet appointment. And it was in July, and I was like, I hope I didn't actually schedule it for the same day. Thankfully, I did not. Phew. That was thoroughly unpleasant. Okay, you're still kind of taking your time. Netherlings slink away like guileful Gaelicats. Rally warriors of Gundu. Let none escape. Okay, where are we? Oh. And then he acts all big, and then he just cowers. Ooh, can I talk to this dude? Yeah, there are more pressing matters at hand. I'm being attacked by him, and I'm like, ooh, can I talk to him? It was just interesting. Like, I know you'll have these instance fights or whatever where, like, you'll get, like, the talking thing for, like, friendly NPCs. And, you know, it'll tell you that same thing. But I don't know if I ever noticed it on a hostile NPC. But I thought I would chat. Just wanted to have a chat. Work things out, maybe. Without violence, but... Jeez. I need lunge. Help has arrived, Lavenza. Ah, Horsefon. Horsefon, is that you? Thank heavens. Get us out of here. Keep Amanelane safe, Lavenza. We will hold them off. Of the Silver Fuller. I didn't know that was Horsefon's full name. Who is fighting over there? Just seemed weird. Oh, that was Orshafon over there, and then this was just some rando.
Reinforcements? Anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, royals like blackest storm clouds. Offer netherlings to the white. Cloud sea swells, and he comes.
I didn't know they'd be introducing Bismarck this early on. But I think it's cool. It's, you know...
The white, mighty Bismarck, lord of the mists!
A flying whale? By the fury, it's a primal. We must away.
So yeah, I was thinking doing Kurthus, how like they reintroduce Iceheart, like what were they going to do in Sea of Clouds? Clearly it was introduced Bismarck.
Damn!
Here comes Sid.
Bloody typical. All right, we're going in.
Aye, aye, Chief.
All aboard!
wonder how far along it is before we actually take on Bismarck. Or even, like, because I think you take on Ravana first, and that's not until the Dravinian Forelands. Frightened? Me? For a fleeting moment at most. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you were wuss. We are all of us still alive, my friend. Let us take solace in that most simple of blessings. Always the one to see the silver lining. I was looking for a Manoline's manservant, Honoroy or whatever. But he doesn't seem to be here. The gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. No need for thanks, though. It's not as if you haven't done the same for us on a few previous occasions. All right, more than a few. 'Twas but blind chance that brought us together this time, in case you were wondering. Oh, I just always thought any time I'm backed up against the edge of a cliff, you just have a sixth sense and know. The Holy See has petitioned the Ironworks for assistance with this creation of theirs, the Protector. Apparently, they just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Camp Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some few days before with an Ishgardian lordling in tow. See, that's interesting. There's always, the question of what the timeline is like in the game. Because, like, supposedly, even, like, from the beginning of A Realm Reborn to, like, the end of Shadowbringers is only supposed to be, like, a year or something like that. But, like, just in the time we've done these quests, it's been a few days. Small world, I thought. Just as said lordling's manservant skittered into view, babbling about his master having been captured and you risking all to rescue him. And the rest, as they say, is history. Right, well, I hate to cut short our reunion, but I am here on business after all, and the boys are already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend. We'll speak again soon, I promise. Yeah, that was something else I learned, like last night or this morning was, I know Biggs and Wedge, and obviously that's, a play off of Star Wars. But I didn't know that Biggs and Wedge have actually been in previous Final Fantasy games. Like, I knew Sid was in previous ones. Although, again, the only other Final Fantasy game I've really put any time into is 11. So I knew Sid was in there. I wonder if Biggs and Wedge are in 11 as well. But anyway, I knew Sid has been around, but I didn't know they have. I wonder what other characters are like that, if any. I think Matoya is one that's popped up before, from what I've heard, I think. So I take it now we're heading back to Ishgard. A reward long in coming. Lord Emmanuel appears to be rather pleased with himself. Like, only a dude like that, like, he completely failed at everything he did, yet he's still pleased with his performance. Narcissist. Very well, I admit it. It was an incredibly harrowing experience. I could very well have died, Me, dead. On the other hand, by risking life and limb in the line of duty, I did succeed in uncovering the existence of a new primal. And that, old girl, is no small feat. Yes, that was all you, Emmanuel. I have made a historic discovery. A fact even Lady Leniette will have no choice but to acknowledge. Yes, I am rather looking forward to basking in the sunshine of her praise. Speaking of which, isn't it time we made our triumphant return? Now that's, I think I've seen that before. And historic. Now granted this is dialogue, so people can speak grammatically incorrect. But wouldn't it be ahistoric? I mean, unless you actually pronounce it historic. So an historic. I don't know. That just caught me off guard. How do I look? Dashing as always, with a suitable sprinkling of dirt and sweat? Excellent. Let us return to Lady Lania at once. Ugh. Yeah, I've heard several people, you know, YouTubers and stuff, people new to the game, compliment the day-night cycles in the game. And while I like it good enough, whatever. To me, it's one of those things. Like I'm pretty sure that the day and the night have equal durations, but to me, it always seems like it's always night. Like night happens more often than not. Because anytime I get into a cutscene, it's nighttime. Thank you, Mistress Shark. Thank you. If you had not rushed to his aid, I dare not think what would have happened. He'd be dead. Not that I'm wishing for that, but he certainly could have used more of a whooping than he got. Praise Helone, I feared the worst. What happened out there? A primal? Are you sure? Yet, now that I think on it, this Bismarck is reminiscent of the white whale of Vanu legend. A massive creature said to swim in the sea of clouds. Have they said Bismarck yet? I don't actually recall. It just, this is the first I've said Bismarck, but I don't know that any of the other characters have. So it just seems weird that she's referring to it as such. From what I have learned of comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior toward the people of Camp Cloudtop. Ah, you mean to say that they have fallen under the primal's influence? But why did they summon the primal? Something else spooked them, presumably. That's how it's worked so far. I recall reading of such things in the documents provided by Master Alphino. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Laniette? A little recognition for the hero of the hour? A few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on? It's not going to be directed toward you. Why, yes, you are right, of course. Mistress Shark deserves all that and more for having risked her life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for Ishgard forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat without delay. But of course, Mistress Shark, you have done more than enough here. Pray return to Ishgard with Lord Orchiphant and give my warmest regards to the Count. So that's it then? No more forays into enemy territory? Very well. I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Laniette. May our next meeting take place under more felicitous circumstances. All's well that ends well, huh? To the airship landing, then. We can speak on the journey home. We can speak on the journey home, yet we don't actually speak again until I actually get there. Okay, since I'm not seeing him there, he's probably at the like airship landing area. Yup. He's like waiting for me to come through the gate, pop up behind him. I confess, I have always been rather fond of airship travel. The chill of the wind upon your face, the warmth of the blood pumping in your veins from the excitement. I find the whole experience indescribably invigorating. Dude just loves everything. Or mayhap it is simply the joy of having cheated death yet again. In any event, I must make for the congregation and inform Sir Emmerich of all that has occurred. Emanuelaine should have returned to the manor by now. Why not go and see if he has recovered from his ordeal? I think he just blocked it out of his memory. He just immediately, like, took all the bad out and just blew everything else up as, like, a positive. That he created, of course. Oh. My lord the Count was utterly beside himself, Mr. Shark. 'Tis a mercy you were not here to witness it. Oh, it's you, Lavenza. Huh. Gods, did he have to strike me so hard? I didn't get a whooping from the Vanu, but he got a whooping from dear old Dad. Father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Camp Cloudtop, how I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It's not easy playing the hero, is it? God. He still just doesn't get it. Oh, woe is me. The melodrama. Thank you all for watching this video. I've been having a great time going through the Heavensward content. It's good to finally be in it. If you have enjoyed this and want to see more, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see me live, the link to my Twitch is down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a great one.